Let's get right into it. I want you to really look at this question on the screen. Seriously, you've got a smartphone in your hand that's more powerful than the computers that sent men to the moon, but you have no real savings. We tell ourselves this is a comfortable life, but is it? Or is this just a brand new kind of poverty?
Think about it for a second. Let's be honest with each other. You have all the symbols of a modern, successful life, right? The latest phone, a Netflix subscription, food shows up at your door with a click. But there's that knot in your stomach, that little voice that just screams, "Don't look," whenever you even think about opening your banking app. That feeling has a name. And today, we are going to drag it out into the light. Because what you're feeling is the new poverty trap. It's not about lacking things. It's about being trapped by the very things you own.
And here it is. This is the definition. We're calling it first world poor. This isn't about blaming you. It's about giving a name to the enemy. You are living in a world with every possible advantage. Internet, safety, opportunities everywhere. But your actual knowledge about money, the one tool you need to win in this world, is dangerously out of date.
And this is where it gets really personal. You have all these amazing tools, all this potential, and yet, what's the default setting for so many of us? We blame. We blame the government, we blame the economy, we blame the rich. But here's a hard truth from the author of our source material, Rob Moore. That mindset, that energy you're putting into blame, it is actively pushing wealth away from you. It's like a repellent. Let me tell you a quick story from the author himself. He was completely broke, drowning in debt, and one day he sees his dream car, a red Ferrari, drive right past him. And those are the first words that jumped out of his mouth. A bitter, automatic judgment. Does that sound a little familiar?
See, that anger had nothing to do with the guy driving the Ferrari. He had no idea who that person was. It was a projection. It was all his own financial pain, his own feeling of being powerless, just exploding onto a complete stranger. It was the poverty in his mindset screaming out loud.
So, okay, if blaming everyone else is just a symptom, then what's the actual disease? Well, it boils down to a really simple difference. A distinction that, I promise you, could change how you see everything. This is it. This is the unbreakable law of the modern economy. Right here in 6 words. It's not magic. It's not unfair. It is a system. Money always flows from the people who buy and use things to the people who make and sell those things. That's it. Full stop. Now, look at this slide, and I want you to be brutally honest with yourself. Which column is you? On the left, you've got the 99%, the consumers. They know every Instagram trend, they can binge watch a whole series in a day, and they spend a lot of time complaining. Then, on the right, you've got the 1%, the producers. They're learning about compound interest, they're building assets. They don't complain about the system, they learn how to leverage the system. This isn't about good people versus bad people. It's about 2 totally different operating systems for life. So the question is, which one are you running right now? And this brings us back to the great paradox, doesn't it? That phone in your pocket right now, it can be used to consume endless amounts of content, draining your time, your focus, and your bank account. Or it can be used to create content, to build a business, to learn a skill that fills your bank account. It's the same device. It just leads to 2 completely different worlds. Which world are you choosing to live in?
So the next time you hear that phrase, the rich get richer, I want you to understand it's not some big conspiracy. It's a transaction. Every time you subscribe to Netflix, every time you order from Amazon, every app you download, that is you, the consumer, willingly handing your money over to them, the producer. You are literally funding their wealth and then wondering why the gap is so wide.
So if the system isn't really the enemy, and the rich aren't the enemy, then who is? Who is the real villain in this story? Let's unmask him.
This is your real enemy. It's not the economy. It's not your boss. It's one single word: ignorance. Not knowing how money actually works. Not understanding the difference between an asset, something that puts money in your pocket, and a liability, something that takes money out of your pocket. You've been forced to play a game your entire life without ever being taught the rules. But you know what the best part is? Ignorance can be cured.
And where does all this ignorance come from? Just look at this. Our entire education system is set up to prepare us for a world that, frankly, doesn't exist anymore. We learn chemistry, but not about compound interest. We memorize dates from history, but not the difference between assets and liabilities. They gave us the knowledge to get a job, but not the knowledge to build wealth.
I need you to really hear this. Building wealth is not some genetic lottery you have to win at birth. It is not a secret passed down by a select few. It is a system. It has rules. It has patterns. And like any other system, like learning to cook or drive a car, it can be learned.
And hey, don't just take it from me. Look at what researcher Steve C. Bold discovered after studying over 1,000 millionaires. When you walk into a wealthy person's home, you see a library of books on how to become more successful. They invest in their financial education. The first world poor, they spend their money on distraction and entertainment. See the difference? One group is learning how to earn. The other is paying to be distracted.
All right, we've identified the trap. We've identified the core dynamic of producer versus consumer. We've identified the real enemy. So what now? What is the very first step you can take to get out of this trap? Pay close attention because this is the most important part of our entire conversation.
I want this quote to just sink into your bones for a second. This isn't meant to be harsh. It's meant to be empowering. Where you started in life is not your fault. But with the internet in your pocket and all the opportunity in the world today, where you finish, that is 100% your responsibility. This is the moment you stop being a passenger in your own life and you grab the steering wheel.
Listen, the first move you need to make has nothing to do with buying a stock or starting a business. The very first step is to stop lying to yourself. It's to look your financial situation right in the eye, with cold, hard, brutal honesty. No more pretending, no more avoiding it, just the truth. Because that's where all your power is hiding. And that leads me to your challenge. It's simple, but it is not easy. I want you to go down to the comments section right now. Step 1, write your monthly income. Step 2, write down where that money is actually going. Every subscription, the rent, the food delivery, get specific. And then, step 3, click post. That act of writing it down, of making it